Hello everybody. So this is Rachel again, and I am going to do another interesting video for you today. And I've been asked by many people online, offline, about how I use technology, or if I use a normal phone, or if I use a blind phone, or if I can use the phone at all, or how can I use the phone, or so I'll have to show you what this thing is, but I'm going to show you this for fun for a moment. Do you see this? Well, I had a bigger size thing of this thing. Okay. And I was on the bus one day, if I was playing a piano. I want you to look at this again. It's kind of a funny statement. Does this remotely look like a piano? Like, made from afar, it kind of looks interesting, right? I would imagine a piano would have much more keys than 10 or something like that. But somebody did ask that question, and I'm not laughing at people, and I know there are people who aren't open to ask two questions, or as opened, or people who make drier videos of here's the facts, here's the presentation, I'll make a nice little presentation. But I thought I'd make a nice little video with a talk and with entertainment value too, like, so that everybody can watch and enjoy a nice little explanation of what it is like to use technology as a blind person, because it is absolutely possible. And I've gotten a lot of wonderful questions. I've worked with many people to understand what it is like to work with iPhones and iPads and different computers. I don't have an Android here to show you, but they also have something, what I'm going to show you on there. It's called TalkBack. It's called a screen reader. And most modern technologies have something either built in or that you can buy and install. And I've gotten so many questions and so many wonderful, interesting questions with people longing to know the truth, people who are interested in the truth, that I thought I would make a video to kind of present this to everybody, to focus everybody, to reach multiple people in one place. People have said I'm pretty good at advocacy, and I thought I would take this opportunity to demonstrate. So let's look at how normal my equipment is. You've seen this before in most people's homes, right? This is a computer.
Alt-Tab.
Well, that was what I was showing you. But
New updates are available.
right, it looks pretty normal.
Menu,
right?
search box, edit.
You see that on the screen? Let me see. You see that on the screen. Looks like a pretty normal. Alright. And then this.
Finder, Utilities window, image. You are currently on an image inside of a group. To exit this group, press Control Option Shift up arrow.
Right. Nothing so abnormal about it. Let's see. Looks normal, no? Right. So, bunch of keyboards. And people are like, do you type on a keyboard? You can type on a keyboard? How do you do that? And I'll give you that answer. Um, you know, I tell people, you don't really look down on your keyboard and go, and you look at the letters and you go, oh, this is F. Okay, let me look for O. Oh, this is an O. You don't do that, right? I mean, most people understand how to type, and so like most people, I memorized the keyboard and I type, right? I mean, if you look down at your
Needs
keyboard,
attention. Alert. System dialog. Calendar would
excuse
like to
me,
use your current location. Your location is required to provide you with improved location searching.
give me a moment.
Your don't allow definer.
Wasn't expecting that, but okay. So if people look down on their keyboards every moment, then they type. I mean, think about it for a moment. For me, I mean, they would take an hour to type a page because they're busy finding keys and looking down and verifying. Even if it takes a second or 2 seconds, it's a lot slower than knowing your keyboard and just typing it out, right? I mean, it's a lot easier. But if you're focused on looking for letters, you don't really know your keyboard. And I mean, novice might do this, or people who are not good at typing, but if you have a good job and you need to type, or you're really trying to write a paper quick, you probably already know your keyboard. And so keyboarding skills is very important for anybody, for blind people as well. So I myself has memorized my keyboard, and I can just type really without thinking. Though I would still like speech feedback after every word to make sure I'm on track, stuff like that. It's like looking on your monitor and going, yep, that's right, I typed I'm a fox or something, just to verify, you're typing the right thing, but editing and stuff like that is important, double checking your work.
Joel and Rachel take a look at what's in this shared folder.
Okay. So I'll show you more in detail, but you've been hearing voices talk. And these voices are not imaginary, of course. They are on the computers, and they basically read out things to me on the computer. And that's what they've been doing. The first couple times I was trying to access menus or to turn the screen on to activate it, and it told me what was on the screen right there and then. And then my Mac popped up an alert about needing location. And then my PC popped up a Dropbox thing that said I joined a folder. So I used pretty normal apps. The first one was the calendar app on the iMac. So let's start this interesting discussion. So screen readers basically tells me what is on the screen. What you see on the screen is what I hear. And everything you can see besides pictures, I can access. Or text in a picture. So if it's text on a normal screen, I can detect it. The screen reader can detect it, and it can tell me, and it'll read it to me by all means. Like, this says this, and this is the desktop, or something like this. So I'm going to show you with my iPad for a moment.
5:49 a.m. 5:49 a.m. Speaking rate. Volume. Speaking rate. 80%. 50. 45%. 40%. Screen curtained on. Speech off. Speech on. Screen curtained on. Screen curtained.
Okay. Wait.
Screen curtained on. Screen curtained off.
There you go. Yep. Okay. So
FaceTime. Calendar.
I want you to look at this.
Mail. No unread emails. Double tap to open.
Do you see the screen? Pretty normal, right? This is the home screen. I have more apps.
Open.
I've downloaded apps. The interesting, sync apps across devices. Have like sync pages and pages of apps I need to delete pages and pages of. It's gonna be interesting, but
Page 3 of 11. 3 home mail. Tips.
more
Double
apps.
tap to open.
Looks pretty normal, right?
4 of 11. iRig recorder. Double tap to open.
Pretty normal, right? Okay, so I'm going to start showing you. So, you see all these icons on the screen. I'm going to touch one.
Ustream. Double tap to open.
Do you see something that says Ustream on my screen? Okay, let's try another one.
Audio memos. Double tap to open.
Do you see that? And then, so there's a status bar on every phone or iPad or whatever, right? So let's touch something up here.
Twitter. 5:51 a.m. Status bar item.
Do you see the
Swipe
little
down
clock
with
thing? And then there is
Bluetooth on. Status bar item. 100% battery power. Status bar item.
So it reads everything to me. Everything you can see, it reads. And there's a little bit different gesturing, but
HT recorder plus. Ustream. Twitcasting. Capture. Spreaker. Page 3 of 11.
more normal.
3 tape. Focus. Moetive. Maestro. Meta. Academy. Lookmark. Page 3 of Lookmark. Recently up to home. Page 2 of 11. FaceTime. Mail. Notes. Safari. TV. Mail. Notes. TV. Messages. 13 unread messages.
Let's look at my interesting messages.
+1. Kelsa. 200. Sheila.
You see all these people and their messages? Right. So,
Joel Jeffries, you awake? Train took forever. If not, that's alright. Saturday. Actions
not updated,
available.
but okay. Now you click on
edit.
this, like I did, and it opens up normal stuff. All our messages.
+1 5 6 2 7 3 5 2 0. Friday 9/7. Your iMessage. Want to talk to you later when I get home. By the way, you can't find me by ENTJ351 on Vorail anymore. I have not posted anything under my new name. The post today was made under ENTJ351, though. I am now seriously a riddle, and then the other stuff behind my name is still there. 9:17 p.m.
So I read out messages.
Swipe
I can
up or
read
down.
people and their text messages or my own.
Joel Jeffries. Hi, Rachel. I just made it home. I feel totally exhausted. 4:17 p.m.
And I can read the conversation.
Your iMessage. Are you okay? I am still in the school lab. My sister and her friend is at home taking up the entire table for art, so I doubt I get out of their way, and they are talking so very hard to work. I may go home soon. We'll see, maybe not. 4:21.
Okay, so you see our little conversation here. And you see different conversations. So it reads whatever is on the screen. That's the point of a screen reader. And it can actually read images if the images are tagged. I don't know if I have any on hand, but so the concept is that, like, the framework of the computer's textual database, so it just fetches the data. And then I can tap on this.
Clue. New. Your iMessage. You message. iMessage. Text field. Message. Text field is editing. Space. Comma.
Do you see these
Cap
letters?
V. Victor. Cap V. Return. P. Delete. Cap V.
Do you see these letters? So you just kind of heard me touch one, but this is a regular keyboard. You can touch one.
Cap R. Cap G. Cap H. Cap Y. Cap J.
So whatever
Juliet.
my finger lands on, it tells
Actions
me.
available. Use the rotor to access misspelled words. Cap I. Cap A. Space. space A alpha A comma more space M space F T T Y Y P P U I space N G space T T H I E S D L return shit return delete
Made a mistake, that's okay.
D E S S.
So every letter I touch it tells, and then you can have it echo whatever you typed, so you know what you typed in actually.
Space this.
And I'll read you the word. And then if you touch this message,
I shift return delete message text field is editing. I am typing this insertion point
and
edit.
it'll read it back to me. So you basically have it read the text on the screen, thus called a screen reader.
Return delete space.
I can do
This is misspelled word edit. Select all. I am typing this. Return cap pick delete selection
and as usual you can select delete. So I have nothing now. I have this keyboard. I just bought this nice little keyboard. The Logitech Easy Switch. K811. Let's go turn this on.
Leave it menus. Sophos protection. All protection.
your iMessage on the last train to not 10:19 p.m. Keyboard visible. Keyboard hidden. Muting. Unmuted.
Alright, I'll appeal them later. I marked the wrong ones. Okay, well, whatever. I'll fix that later. Anyway. So, this is how I can type. Let's see.
Slash.
I'm doing a really bad job right now because I only have, well, I have both hands, but I'm trying to make you see me type.
T. 0. Is it T? Campaign. Space. A. M. Space. M. T. Y. P. N. G. Space. Typing.
Basically the same thing, and then you can come and touch this thing again.
Your message text field is editing. I am typing.
Right? And then you can delete everything. Right? So there's nothing left now, just the messages. So, let me type a successful message and send it. So people ask me, do I need dictation? I was like, well, I can use dictation, and I could, that could be something I use, but it's not like I need it, it's not like every time I need to message somebody I use Siri or dictation or something. Actually, people ask me if I use Siri all the time. Like, it would be dictation if I need to type, but I don't I sometimes use it because it is hard to type without a keyboard. I mean, you've seen me done it, but even for anybody, it's a slow, arduous process. I'm relatively fast, but still old-fashioned-ish, I guess. Especially with long, extraneous text. Let's see.
Space space H A V E.
I have very poor typing skills for a moment, but I don't have used both hands, so.
A space AFEW space view SPARE space HEADSETS comma headsets space DO space U space UANT space want THE comma B comma M question mark M.
See that message? And then I can find that little send button.
Dismiss message. Send
You
button.
see that button right there?
Send using iMessage. Double tap and hold to add effect. Send dimmed. Record audio
And
button.
now it's part of a conversation. Alright. Let me turn off this thing. And so the next thing I'd like to show you is it's quite similar, but it is just as interesting. I won't belabor the point too long because it is basically the same. All of these concepts have basically similar things. So I will come show you
Screen dimmed.
well, actually, I will show you the Braille screen next. So this,
Undo record audio.
you can't see too much of what it's actually trying to tell you, but you have to trust me to tell you the truth. So, my in-person demonstrations are come and touch this, but obviously you're not going to reach through the screen and give me a finger, right? So, we're going to pretend
Undo dim.
you did.
Redo dim. More. Space. Sec pick more. Return. Delete. I have a few spare headsets. Bacon reader message. iBooks.
Let me start this over again.
Dock. App Store. Set. Page. Dock. App Store. Settings. One new item.
Sorry about this.
Settings. Heading. Background app.
It doesn't always connect to Bluetooth, so
iPad storage. Button. Accessibility. Multitasking and dock. Handoff.
this
Button.
device especially.
AirDrop, hand off, AirDrop button, software up, about, accessibility,
So this is how you get into it. Okay, so actually this is an interesting one. Okay, so
YouTube, general, back button,
so you see this screen, right? This is not unusual. So what if you click on accessibility?
accessibility, select vision,
See all these things? Click on vision.
speech, button, display, magnify, zoom, voiceover, zoom,
And you
off,
can see a little bit.
magnifier, off,
You
select
click on this.
magnifier. Magnifier lets you use your device's camera to quickly magnify things. When enabled, triple click the home button to start magnifier. Auto brightness, off. Adjust brightness and contrast based on ambient light settings. Adjust brightness.
Right? So this allows your iPhone to be a magnifier.
Accessibility, back button. Magnifier, zoom, off, button. Voiceover, Zoom off.
And then there's
Select
zoom for-
the Zoom controller allows quick access to Zoom controls. Bullet tap once to show the Zoom menu. Bullet double tap to zoom in and out. Bullet when zoomed in. Drag to pan zoom content. Zoom region.
So it allows people to see bigger stuff on the screen.
Show smart. Follow. Double drag. Zoom. Heading. Accessibility. Zoom off. Zoom accessibility. Back button.
I'm not sure the wrong person asked
Zoom.
about zoom and stuff like that, but you could you can make text larger or smaller. You can play with this in your settings. Be careful of voiceover because the gestures are totally different.
Speech. Magnifier. Zoom off button. Select Slack. Scott. Speech seconds. Smart type. Follow. Double smart type. Drag. Zoom button. Allow Zoom. Syrian search.
Oh.
Search and back. Allow Zoom to access. Heading. Allow you wire.
Wrong side, yeah.
Allows YouTube. Selected. Zoom button. Zoom heading. Allows selected. Zoom button. YouTube but selected. Zoom but select. Allow Syrian. Background. Syrian search. Allow Zoom. Selected. Zoom but YouTube but Wiza. Allow Zoom to access.
Oh, wait, oh.
Sync button. Spreaker. Speech Central. Skype. Settings. Search. AirPod. Blue. General.
Let's get back
About.
to general.
Handoff. Accessibility. But selected. Magnifier. Voiceover. On. Button.
Turn the
Voiceover.
And then you can turn it on or off.
Voiceover. On. Off. Alert. Important. Are you sure you want to disable voiceover? Cancel. OK. Button. Voiceover off.
And now we're at the normal screen, how you normally work the phone, right? But I can turn it back on. I have set it to triple click the home button, it'll turn it on. You can set that in settings for any of these accessibility shortcuts.
Voiceover on. 3 as at files.
Ah, okay.
Swipe up with 3
Restarting voiceover actually fixed my screen issue.
Braille.
Look at
Focus
this.
40 BT E8 verbosity. Braille. Focus audio button. App switcher. Rotor audio. Verbos speed. Speaking rate. Heading. Voiceover practice. Audio. Braille. Verbal speech button. Messages. Settings. Active. Closing settings.
Do you see
App
these
switcher.
things jumping up and down? These are dots and braille. Because this one screen can only show one line and one item at a time, it needs to, when you scroll, it changes. It's refreshable.
iBooks.
For instance, this. I'm now in this. Yes, it looks difficult,
Blue.
but this is just demonstration. I'm not asking you to understand any of this, but
Imposes term limits and thereby.
right. This book is about impeachments, actually. So, these dots can change. This is reading each line of the text. In print, on the screen, you have a big document, right? And then you can see every line all at once. You read line by line. Ideally,
Imposes term limit.
right, like this, but with your eyes, of course, but you don't really, but you have access to all the lines. I have access to only one, so I have to scroll up and down to refresh it to see it. So, and I read Braille like this. So, I'm going to read it to you, and you can read it on the screen. Imposes term limits and thereby forces turnover. This amendment was ratified in 1951 as a result to FDR who breached a precedent first set by George Washington when he served in office for more than 2 consecutive terms. Now I'm going to have you read with me with my fingers. And this is how I read. Accordingly, even when many Americans view a presidency as catastrophic, there you go, impeachment should not be pursued solely on the basis of strong policy differences or deep personal revolution. Indeed, only the most cynical...
Page 33 of 2, page 32 of
That's the wrong
280
button,
imposes term limits.
But you get the idea, right? You really don't want to hear about impeachments today. But that's a sample of how I read. So, let's move on. The other things I'm going to show you, it's very similar to what I've already showed you, actually. Nothing too extraordinary here. But they're similar.
Book page 32, page.
So I will show you a completely different... This is
Period.
actually made
Context
by
menu.
Microsoft.
Alt tab. Leaving menus. JAWS updates available dialog. Do you tab? No button. Alt plus N.
Not right now.
Enter. Alt tab. Desktop. Folder view. List view.
So I'm
Not
using
selected.
this, a normal keyboard. It's just that this keyboard doesn't really work. So, okay, so I'm going to press the
Menu. Search box edit.
menu button. And I will go up and down.
Word 2010 sub menu 1 of 14.
That
W.
means that Word 2010, that's what I'm on. The cursor.
Outlook 2010 sub menu 2 of 14. O.
So instead of my finger, if the cursor is on the text, it'll read it to me.
Internet Explorer Control plus Alt plus I sub menu. Kurzweil 1000 Control plus Alt plus K sub menu 4. MobileMe.kes, Untitled.kes, Brochures.kes, Test.kes, Kurzweil, Internet, https://www.bookshare.org Rachel Coyne to Yahoo 3 http://wikipedia.org/wiki/Harriet Ann Jacobs 4 of Internet Crime Complaint Center Internet Crime Internet http://wikipedia.org/wiki/Lydia Maria Child Internet Kurz Chicken TW Jaws 6 Dropbox Tweet.x the Cube 10 of 14 T Window Eyes 11 of 4 the Cube Tweet.x the Cube Win Team Sound Recorder Settings Pack Sound Set All Blanks Word 2010 sub menu 1 of 14 W.
So it reads everything on the screen, like, let's say
Escape.
I do.
Windows M desktop folder view
Right.
list view not selected recycle bin 1 of 27.
This screen looks pretty familiar if you're a PC user, right? I hope so.
Applications.
Right.
Escape. FS Reader 2.0. Chicken nugget.
So every time I'm on it, again, it reads it. And, I can use all these systems pretty much completely. There are some apps that are coded to be not accessible, but most apps are pretty good, especially on the iPhone, because they have to code in a certain way for Apple. For Windows, it's a little bit hit and miss, because on Windows you can code any way, and sometimes it really, like, isn't all that accessible. But there are applications that are actually pretty accessible. Depends what kind of design you use. So,
Menu search box edit. Word 2010 sub menu enter. Leaving menu.
So, some sites are complex and are more clunky, less screen reader friendly. Stuff like this. For the most part, I've had pretty good. It's been pretty good. It's not that specialized, but there are a couple things you do need to keep in mind for coding. And those were like headings and usually if you do like regular plain text, it works. And you know, a lot of the fancier stuff these days with pictures and images
Document 1 Microsoft Word.
and columns and all these other things just doesn't help. But especially on Windows, on Macs it really helps a little better. But anyway,
Blank.
I'm on a blank document right now. Sorry for my weird sounds. I coded and I installed weird noises on my computer. Because the error noise isn't usually
Blank.
right, but I have a bird
Blank.
that going on. So, anyway, a little different, right? Anyway, so you can see me type.
A space B O O K space I S space A space J O Y space T O space D A E R
Yeah, it didn't read it to
R
me.
E A D space
You can have it read like
all
this.
3
Hang on.
enter key to pass through
No.
still words both characters and non-character words escape edit split DA
Let me select everything here.
Alta continue typing the Office 2003 escape leaving menu bar print view edit
Wait, isn't that select?
Alta ribbon continue typing escape leaving menu
Oh,
selected a book blank
I'm pressing Mac keys. I'm sorry. I don't usually use Windows. I haven't used Windows in so long, but I know how the screen reader works quite well. And I know how to operate. I just need a little bit of a refresher. I'm mostly a Mac user. So, okay.
I am a blind split D-N-I-L-B blind user of this computer period
So, my cursor lands on this whole thing.
this I am a blind user of this computer
Right, and it reads it all.
of user blind
Now the cursor is going word by word.
I am a blind user of this computer
You can read
Period.
word by word or
R-E-T-U-P-M-O
letter by letter. Actually, VoiceOver can do this too.
6. Press home to imposes
So, let's see.
character
Let's
words,
go back to our Constitution book.
imposes term limits, and thereby forces turnover. This amendment was
So it can read word by word or...
character space R-A-T-I-F-I-E-D.
So yeah, both of them can do this. And, basically the same thing. I'll show you the Mac really quickly, but you'd probably get tired of this. This is a long video anyway. But it's over and over again, same thing, because most screen readers, the principle is the same. That the principle is read everything on the screen, read all the data, stuff like that, right? Anyway, so
Finder, utilities window, iBooks window,
this
bookshelf
works
scroll
a
area,
lot like
default, but
both in between Windows and the iPad, because this is the same system as the iPad. So the screen reader works very similarly, but you cannot touch things. I mean,
bookshelf scroll
you
area,
can with this
bookshelf,
trackpad, but
Finder, Safari, Cornerstone Church Long Beach window, Cornerstone Church.
so I was looking at a church the other day. Let's read this. Right.
Cornerstone Church Long Beach in Cornerstone _5988141.jpg image. You are currently on an image inside of web content. To exit this web area,
So
press
it's
Control
tagged
Option.
59 something JPEG, so it reads it to me. But you can see the picture.
ED-0050.jpg image. _598 link. Learn more about Cornerstone. You are currently on a text element.
See it. So read it to me.
About Cornerstone. Clickable. Out of link. Staff and link. Newsletter Northeast link. And visited link. Navigation link. Care link. Watch link. Watch live Northeast arrow link. Past sermons link. Resources link. Event calendar.
So read it to
You
me.
are currently on.
And if you're in a text document, it'll do the same thing. So let's quit this. So basically it's the same, right? Reads everything you see on the screen. Everything you can touch.
Dimmed group. Dimmed main. Squarespace. Web. Squarespace. Window chooser menu. One item. Squarespace. Current. Squarespace.
I'm
Web
doing a
content.
poor job at the moment.
You are currently on web content.
Because I only have one hand.
Squarespace. Web content. Quit Safari. iBooks. Window. Bookshelf. Scroll area. Finder. Messages. One new item. Pages. Pages has pages.
Open something.
iBooks. Pages.
Okay.
Open now in Cointally group. False insurance information group. Insurance verification information. Metro information. My debit card notepad group. Surgery history group versus group 9 of 9. Search versus group 9 of 9. Search versus search note my insurance inform fall schedule group 2 of 9. Now in fall schedule window document layout area. Format, move, and resize items within the document. You are verticals, formatter, group. You are currently on vertical splitter, document, layout area. Format, move, and resize items within the document. You are currently on a layout area.
Hang on.
In document, layout area.
There you go.
Page 1, summary. T2310, page 1.
Sorry, let me.
In page 1.
There you go. Now it's reading correctly.
Beginning of text, Com60, Mondays and Wednesdays.
So I'm in school currently. I'm in my 8th year of college. I've been in school forever and ever, right? But the point is, this is my schedule. I made it myself.
Com60, 9:352-11:00. T1336, new line, Poly SCI3, 11:10, to 12:35 p.m. T2310, T2310.
You can read lines.
11, new line, 3, new line, 1, 0, space, A, M. 2, 12:35 p.m. T2310, end of text, T2 p.m. 12:35.
And then typing is the same.
T end of text, T new line. New T2300, new end of backslash.
See, even with this backslash, it tells you what it is.
New line. T2000, new line. End of text,
So let's say
new
I want
line.
to write in the teacher's name.
E.
I think this is how you spell it.
Engine. T2000, T, X, end of text, E, N, I, G, N, E.
Okay, let's just say...
P. Prof, suggest. Professor.
Well, it can read every letter I type, but I choose to have it read words because it would be annoying to read entire, all the letters, so I just have it read words. So, okay, I did type that. But I know my letters on the keyboard, like I said, by memorization. And I can talk and do this.
Go.
See?
Goss.
So,
T. Professor Goss.
I have Professor Goss, and I wrote in here.
And T2310. Professor Goss. End of text. Professor Goss.
This is not his name. But let's say I wrote...
O.
Made a mistake. Oops. I wrote Professor Gross. That's not actually his name. You know, I can...
O-R-G-G-R-O-S-S.
But the other ones, you can absolutely do this too.
S-O-R.
Right, you can delete something. Oh, okay, now it's Professor Goss. Yeah, his name is not Professor Gross. Right, anyway, so... It will read everything like usual. You can type basically the same concept over and over again, right? It'll read things on the screen. It'll read
iBooks, pages, finder, utilities, window, image, home. You are current.
See my home tab?
Shared, Rackhelm, folder, shared, folder, Rackhelm, downloads, group, what, movies, music, movies, folder, downloads, fold, movies, downloads, movie, downloads, folder. You are currently on a movie, music, fold, iTunes, group, 1 of 1. Album art, iTunes library, extra, iTunes library, iTunes media, folder, downloads, folder, automatic downloads, folder.
Right, so you can see
You
me
are currently on a
navigate through
group
these
inside
menus,
of a browser. To
and
interact,
whatever it says, it actually shows on the screen. So it's basically similar. But I won't take up any more of your time.
close window, desktop,
This is
empty,
basically how I
group.
use everything in terms of technology. So this is a little bit of an interesting video, but I hope you have enjoyed it. The demonstrations of my technology. And now you know this is not a piano. I'll actually say this last thing. These are Braille keys up here. This is the space bar. But Braille is only composed of 6 dots. So this is how you write Braille, with these 6 dots. This is like the keyboard. This is the screen. It comes with a keyboard. This is just a screen. Does not have a keyboard. This is just the screen. I actually pulled it off of a screenless computer, basically, is what it's really chalked up to, with a Braille screen. And so the thing was malfunctioning. It was old, and somebody sold it to me for like $300, and I was like, or $500, or like, you know what? I'm just gonna use this. This is the most expensive part, and it works perfectly. And so I use this to read stuff quickly and to distinguish what's on my screen. So, yeah. And now you know how it works, and in fact, this is not a piano. These are navigation menus, like buttons right here, and then there's some down here for navigation. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. My phone here actually talks, but I turned off to speech. And I memorized where the buttons were, so here we go.